I've been building this channel for a few days now, and I'm genuinely not sure if anything is actually working. The view counts have been microscopic, and there's been a voice in the back of my head saying, "Are you sure this is going anywhere?" And a couple of days ago, I told a friend about this channel, and she's up there like me. She's 69, somebody who I've only recently gotten to know. And I said, "Can you take a look at what I've been building?" So she watched it and she liked it. And surprisingly enough, she subscribed. And it could have been a Mercy subscription, I don't know, but one person, and that's it. And yet something shifted with me. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to know if you're actually making progress, even when the numbers don't say it. And because if you're building something and you can't tell if it's working, this one might be for you. Now, here's what's actually been happening behind the scenes with me. Every recording session has been a battle. The audio was the worst of it. I'd sit down, hit record, and something was always off. Too much room noise, a hum that I couldn't find the source of, levels that looked fine sounded terrible. And I'm not a sound engineer. I'm a guy who spent 45 years in business and sales, and now I'm trying to figure out microphones. And that's not a recipe for quick results. But I've kept at it, and somewhere it's starting to click. The audio started sounding like I actually knew what I was doing. And for the record, I don't. But it sounds like I do, and that's what matters. And then there's my friend, and I told her about the channel. I wasn't nervous. And that sort of surprised me a little bit because I should have been. But I told her about it like it was a real thing, because it is a real thing to me now. And she confirmed it. So, lesson one, progress doesn't always show up in the numbers first. The subscriber count after that conversation, less than tiny. The view numbers haven't moved, but the audio is getting better. My confidence is getting better. And those are real things. They just don't have a metric attached to them yet. So if you're only measuring progress by what you can count, you're going to miss most of what's actually happening. So lesson two, one real response can change the whole equation. Not 100 subscribers, one person who watched what you build and says, "Yeah, I'd like to know more." And that's not nothing. That's proof. That's proof that what you're making connects with a real human being. Everything else is really just more of that. And I mentioned the channel to my friend. I didn't hedge. I didn't say, "Oh, I've been trying this thing. I don't know if that'll work." I said, "Can you take a look at what I'm building? Check it out." And that shift from apologizing for standing behind it, that's not small. That's the difference between somebody experimenting and somebody building. And here's what that means if you're sitting where I was just a couple of days ago. You don't need big numbers to know if you're making progress. You need honest signals. And so, is the work getting better? Is one real person responding? Are you talking about what you're building like it's real? And if you are, then you're making progress, even if it doesn't look like that yet. It takes a while. So if you're curious about what this whole thing looks like as a bigger picture, there's a quiz link in the description below. It takes about 2 minutes, and I'll show you exactly where you stand.